What if I told you that one of America's presidents never voted in an election until he was 62 years old? Meet Zachary Taylor, a career soldier who became the 12th President of the United States almost by accident. This is the story of Old Rough and Ready, a man who spent more time on battlefields than in ballot boxes. Born in 1784 in Virginia, Zachary Taylor grew up on the Kentucky frontier when it was still wild and dangerous territory. His family were planters who moved west seeking opportunity. Unlike many future presidents, Taylor received little formal education. The frontier demanded practical skills over book learning. At just 23, Taylor joined the U.S. Army as a lieutenant. This wasn't unusual for young men on the frontier, but what was remarkable was his dedication. While others saw military service as temporary, Taylor made it his life's work. For the next 40 years, he would serve his country in uniform, earning a reputation as a soldier's soldier. Taylor's military career began during the War of 1812, where he successfully defended Fort Harrison in Indiana Territory against a British and Native American siege. This early victory established his reputation for determination under pressure. But it was his service in the Black Hawk War and Second Seminole War that truly shaped his leadership style. Taylor earned his famous nickname Old Rough and Ready because he dressed simply, shared hardships with his men, and never asked them to do anything he wouldn't do himself. He was known for wearing a straw hat and plain clothes rather than fancy uniforms. The Mexican-American War from 1846 to 1848 made Taylor a national hero. His victories at Palo Alto, Resaca de la Palma, and especially the Battle of Buena Vista turned him into a household name. At Buena Vista, Taylor's forces were outnumbered nearly 4-1, yet his tactical skill and calm leadership secured a decisive victory that effectively ended major Mexican resistance in northern Mexico. Taylor's military fame caught the attention of the Whig Party, who were looking for a winning candidate for 1848. Here's what makes Taylor unique among presidents. He had never voted in a presidential election and claimed no strong political beliefs. He initially didn't even know he'd been nominated because he refused to pay postage on unsolicited mail. Despite his political inexperience, Taylor's heroic image and reputation for honesty appealed to voters. The Whigs marketed him as a man above politics, someone who would serve the nation rather than party interests. In November 1848, Taylor won the presidency, defeating Democrat Lewis Cass and Free Soil candidate Martin Van Buren. Taylor's presidency began in March 1849 and immediately faced the explosive issue of slavery's expansion into new territories gained from Mexico. The question threatened to tear the nation apart, with southern states threatening secession. Surprisingly for a southern slaveholder, Taylor opposed the expansion of slavery into new territories. He believed the Union was more important than sectional interests. Taylor supported admitting California as a free state and was prepared to use military force against any state that attempted secession, a stance that put him at odds with many in his own party. His approach was straightforward and military-minded, preserve the Union at all costs. Taylor rejected the complex compromises being proposed in Congress, preferring direct solutions. This put him in conflict with congressional leaders like Henry Clay, who were crafting what would become the Compromise of 1850. Tragically, Taylor's presidency was cut short after just 16 months. In July 1850, after attending Independence Day celebrations at the Washington Monument, Taylor became severely ill. He died on July 9, 1850, making him the second president to die in office. Taylor's brief presidency left many wondering what might have been. Would his firm stance against secession have prevented the Civil War? We'll never know. What we do know is that Zachary Taylor represented a unique moment in American history, a career soldier who approached politics with military directness, putting duty to country above party loyalty. From Kentucky frontiersman to national hero to president, Zachary Taylor's story reminds us that America's leaders have come from all walks of life. Sometimes the most unlikely candidates leave the biggest questions about what might have been. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about America's 12th president, make sure to subscribe for more presidential biographies. Which president should we cover next? Let us know in the comments below.